Hello everyone, it's Michael Lazar here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting our new Byzantine Notation series. So let's begin. What is Byzantine chant? It is the hymnography used in the Orthodox Church. So let's begin. We have, in the Byzantine scale, 7 solfege syllables. What does this mean? Well, it is the words we say to interpret the scale. So let's look at something more familiar, Western music, or staff music. This is what we use for the scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Or C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. In Byzantine, we have this. Ni pavura di kezoni, ni zo kedi pani. Now this is very important. I highly advise that you take some time to memorize this before you work on any of the notation. Memorizing this will make learning notation 20 times easier. So this is something I really recommend that you get back and forth. How can you do this? Simply sing up and down the scale whenever you have free time. So let's look at one more thing in the scale. The scale repeats itself as we go under it and as we go above it. For example, ni, zo, ni. So if we want to go under ni, we follow the pattern like this. So if we start on ni, ni, zo, ke, zo, ni. Likewise, it repeats itself going up as well. So, ni pavu, right? So, now that we know how the scale works and how to sing it, let's look at notation. Let me explain notation first and how it works. In Byzantine notation, it is like a GPS system. In Western notation, it is like a map. Byzantine notation tells you how to get to your destination. It tells you how high, how low you should go. For example, if I want to go one note above ni, that would be pa. In Western notation, it would simply tell you C and then D. It would not tell you how to get to D, it would just tell you get to D. Not how to, just to get there. It's like a map. The map will show you your destination, but you have to map it out yourself. Byzantine notation is easier because it simply maps it out for you. Let's look at this. Here we have the 3 basic characters: Ison, Oligon, and Apostrophos. All of these give directions and where you should go in the music. Ison tells you to stay on the same note as before. For example, if I'm starting on ni, it might be asking, why does ni look like a V? Here we have all of the Greek versions of these notes. So it's going to look like these. Make sure that these ones look a little bit familiar to you so you don't get too confused with them. Here, we're going to start on ni. And the Ison tells us to stay on the same note. So let's put our mouse here and sing these 4 notes. Ni, 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 ni. As we can see, we haven't changed the notes. These all will stay the same. Why? Because this tells us to stay on the same note. Let's continue to the next character, the Oligom. It tells us to go up 1 note. Let's look at it here. I'm going to start on ni. Ni, pa, vo, ra, di. It's simply telling us to go up 1 note higher than where we were before. So, for example, if I'm starting on pa, and I want me to go 1 note higher than that, I'm going to go to vo. Pa, vo, ni, pa, vo, ra, di. Now, you can see why it's important that you memorize the scale, so you don't have to keep referencing it when you're practicing music. Now, let's look at this. This is called the Apostrophos. It tells us to go down 1 note in pitch. So, if we went ni, pa, vo, ra, di, it's going to tell us to go down 1 note. Di, ra, ra, vo, pa, ni. So let's look here. Viravo So let's go back down one more time. Viravopani. So I hope you found this useful in memorizing this, and that you have learned these three characters. Now let's apply this in music. Here we have an exercise. We have it broken up into individual sections to practice. How do we practice this? Easy. If you're a beginner, or if you have not memorized the sheet music or the sheet for the notation scales like this, I highly recommend that you put one on the side or you print one out, just because it will greatly help this. So let's begin. I'm going to do it parlay, and I want parlay means using the solf edge notes in Byzantine. So I'm going to do this parlay, and then I want you to repeat it. So ni pa ni ni pa vo pa pa vo ga vo vo ga vi ke ke vi ke vi ga vi ga ga vo ga vo vo pa vo pa pa ni pa ni 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 zo ni ni. Now, once you have it correct phrase by phrase, you should then put it together. Here's what it sounds like. Ni pa vo pa vo ga vi ke vi ga vi ga vo pa pa ni pa ni zo ni zo ni. So again, if you practice this and you know that these notes are memorized, then you're good to go. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, I would greatly appreciate if you liked and subscribed. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one, and have a great day.